Hello, this is an exam revision video to support Cutting Edge Upper Intermediate Unit 3. In this unit, we did grammar, we did narrative tenses, and we did continuous aspect in other tenses. And for vocabulary, we did mishaps and crime and punishment. So we'll begin with mishaps. Notice it's mishaps, not mishaps. Mishaps are just when bad things happen to you. Here's some examples. I won't give you all of them, but here are some examples and the words that go with them. You lose your keys. You get stuck in traffic. You oversleep and are late for class. You trip over something on the floor. And you damage your phone. So these are all verbs or phrases that we use to describe mishaps. And in the book there were other ones. Lock yourself out, get confused, spill, slip, break down, run out of, fall over, bang, maybe you bang your head, miss, get on the wrong bus, for example, get lost, and drop. So make sure you revisit these so you understand what each of them means for if you have a mishap and something goes wrong. Now for narrative tenses. What are narrative tenses? Narrative tenses are verb tenses that we use to talk about the past, and we use them in stories that we speak or write about. So when you read a book, they use narrative tenses. And when you're just telling a story about what you did last weekend, you would also use narrative tenses. So the main one is past simple. And we're going to give some examples here about going to the mall. So here's an example. We went to the mall at the weekend. We were shopping for a gift for my best friend's birthday. We had sent her some flowers by delivery, but it wasn't enough. We had been planning to buy her something more special because she is a really good friend. So in here we have 4 different tenses in the past. Here, 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 and here. So what are these? I've split them up. The first one, went, is past simple. This is the main things that happen in the story. We use ed or irregular past. Went is irregular, but you could have played or walked. Second one, were shopping. This is past continuous and it's was plus ing, verb ing, were shopping. And these are things that are actions that are in progress at the main part of the story. So these two, this is what we were doing at the mall. It's a long time, this one. Going to the mall is not as long as the time that you spend shopping. We had sent is had plus past participle. It's slightly different to the past things. They have a third version. You know these, given. Some of them are normal, like played, but some of them are taken, given, understood. You need to remember these. And these are things that happened before the story. We had sent her some flowers, so I sent the flowers before I went to the mall. So this is something in the story that is important in the past. And the last one, let me just move this. We had been planning is past perfect continuous. Had been plus verb ing. So it's a bit like past continuous. It happened for a long time, but like past perfect, it happened before. So we had been planning to buy her something more special. Before we went to the mall and went shopping, probably before we sent the flowers, it's a long time we had been planning. So I was thinking a long time to buy her something special. So these are narrative tenses. You need to have these. The main one is past simple, of course, but you need to have the other ones so that you can show a higher level when you're telling a story. Then we did crime and punishment. So crime and punishment, things that involve the police, I guess. Crimes. So here are 2 examples. You commit plagiarism in your exam. Okay, crime is a bit strong for this, but it is something when you break the rules. Or you write graffiti on the wall. Commit plagiarism is when you cheat in an exam. Writing graffiti is when you draw on the wall. Other ones that were in the book: antisocial behavior, begging, drink driving, commit fraud, play truant, and possession of illegal drugs. So remember to read these ones to find out what they mean. There are obviously many more crimes you could add to this list. Then we also have punishment. So if you do a crime, usually the police are involved or someone in authority, and there is punishment. So this is when the bad treatment you get in response for the crime. So here we have 3 pictures. You are sentenced to jail. Notice, like a sentence, that you read a sentence, but we also in a verb form we say sentenced to jail. You are given a sentence. You are fined, so when you have to pay money to the police for speeding. Or you lose your license, so when they take your license away, lose your license. It's not the same as you don't know where your license is. That is one way to lose your license, but if the police take your license, it's lose your license. Other punishments: be charged with something, be evicted, be expelled, be given community service, be prosecuted, be suspended, be taken into care, get a warning, probably the best of the punishments here, and get a suspended sentence. So make sure, again, you read about these and learn how to use the ones you might want to talk about. So here we have crime and here we have punishment. Continuous tenses, more grammar. Here we have people, they are working on a school project at the moment. Continuous is with ing. Or you could say, I have been working on my school project for a few weeks. Or the last example, I can't go to the mall with you tomorrow, I'll be working on my school projects. These are all continuous. There's a few other continuouses, but these are the ones in the book. First one, present continuous. At the moment, I am working on a school project. Present perfect continuous, I have been working. This is when you're talking about something which is continued for a long time from the past to the present. And future, I can't go with you to the mall tomorrow because tomorrow in the future I will be working. So it's a long action on in the future. So the uses of continuous forms: actions that last for a long time. These all probably last for a long time, especially this one. Action in progress and not finished. This first one, well, most of them are, I think this one is not this, but this one, these two, they're not finished actions. I'm working right now. I'm still working on my project. A repeated action. Of course, you're not working 24 hours, 7 days a week. You're working 1 hour, 2 hours a day. So it could work for that. And a temporary situation. Maybe this first one is temporary, but something like I am living in an apartment at the moment. You know, it's not something you're doing exactly every moment. It just means it's for a short time. Don't use continuous forms when you say the number of times or you use state verbs like, hate, want, believe, feel, see, agree, remember, need. There's many others like this. So I called you 3 times yesterday, not I was calling you 3 times yesterday. When you say the number of times, don't use continuous. And state verbs like believe, I am believing in aliens, this is wrong. So in this unit, we used grammar of narrative tenses and continuous tenses, and the vocabulary we did was mishaps and crime and punishment. So good luck with your revision on this.